Complete protein is a food source of protein that contains adequate amounts of the 9 essential amino acids used in the human body. These amino acids are used by the body to build and repair muscles, bones, organs. They're used to make hormones, to make hair and nails. They're used to make the antibodies that fight off illnesses and infections. They give you energy and are part of the process that carries oxygen throughout the body. There are many different sources of protein in foods, but bioavailability is the second chapter to the protein story. The body's ability to break down and uptake these amino acids from food determine what's considered to be a high-quality protein source. The amino acids in some foods are easily absorbed by the body, but in other foods it takes more effort. The body has to work harder to break down these nutrients, or it may be less effective at breaking them down at all. This really comes into play after the age of 40 when the body becomes less efficient at breaking down nutrients from foods. It leaves us older Americans vulnerable to a loss of muscle mass, or what's known as sarcopenia. This process of becoming frail as we age really lowers our quality of life, and getting enough high-quality absorbable protein is crucial in preventing or staving off sarcopenia for as long as possible. In this video, I'm sharing a short list of high-quality protein foods that are also very affordable. Hi, my name is Cheryl, and no, I'm not a doctor or a nutritionist. This video today is we're just going to be talking about food. However, your diet is personal to you and your medical needs. So don't always remember to check with your physician before you make any changes to your diet. I do. So the rock star of the protein world that offers the most bioavailable source of protein that's easy to absorb, easy to digest, and contains a large amount of amino acids by weight is the humble little egg, the whole egg. It's a nutritional powerhouse with vitamins, minerals, healthy fats, antioxidants, and it's really versatile. There are a million different ways that you can cook an egg. One large egg, average size, has between 6 and 7 grams of protein, and you can get cage-free eggs usually for about $2 to $3. In fact, I recently saw a dozen cage-free eggs on sale for $1.50. So a few words about quality. I don't support the factory-farmed, feedlot-raised food industry. It's unhealthy for us, it's unhealthy for the animals, it's unhealthy for the planet, and it's inhumane. The worldwide practice of using herbicides like Roundup to kill off the vegetation in a field, and then once everything is dead, overturning the soil for planting, releases more carbon into the atmosphere than the burning of fossil fuels. So even if you only eat plants, the agricultural impact of the worldwide food crop industry is still environmentally problematic. There's a wonderful documentary that I can recommend to you. It's called 2040. It was filmed in 2019 and shows the positive changes we are making today. And if we build on them, we can absolutely overturn the damage that we've done and restore the environmental health to the planet. It's uplifting and hopeful, and I'll link it below. It shows how using the time-honored practice of clearing your fields by sending in animals to graze them clears the vegetation and leaves the root system intact. This preserves the soil's ecosystem so that when we do overturn the soil for planting, the healthy bacteria and worms that thrive in the soil and manure cause the root system to slowly break down and turn into compost. The process takes a little more time, but the result is a rich soil that's alive with microbes and that produces a healthy, nutrient-dense food crop. Win-win. So my point is that I support food sources that are wild-caught, pasture-raised, and sustainable farming practices. Which brings me to my next pick. Cottage cheese. It's cheap because no one ever thinks to buy it, but at 28 grams per cup, it's worth it because the cost is about $3 to $4 a pound. And supporting humane dairy farming is easier than ever because most states' dairy boards support carbon neutrality and provide resources to farms that raise healthy animals in a sustainable way and that are also, their practices are humane. Lentils! Yes, these are your basic, organic, green lentils that I just spilled all over the floor. 1 cup of cooked lentils has about 18 grams of protein. And dried lentils are about $2 to, I think these were maybe $2.37 a pound. And lentils are very versatile. You can cook them in a number of different ways, depending on your flavor profile, from soup to falafel. Just make sure to soak them overnight in cold water to make them easier to digest and absorb. It gets rid of some anti-nutrients like oligosaccharides. This advice comes from my best friend, Juanita, hi, who is a gastroenterologist. Next up is canned tuna with about 24 grams of protein in a 3-ounce can. The only issue with tuna is that you want to be careful with mercury, so maybe not eat it that often, or you can go to a website called Seafood Watch, which lists several canned sustainable tuna brands like Safe Catch. They also have tips to look for on labels if you're shopping for a grocery store in-house brand. And I saw Safe Catch Elite on iHerb's website for $3 for 3 ounces, and that's 24 grams of protein for the can. A quick word about another more problematic fish that is cheap. That's tilapia, and that's because they're mostly farmed, they can be exposed to some really unhealthy farming practices. So again, Seafood Watch has a list of where to find or how to find safe tilapia. And again, it's usually around $4 a pound. Look what I found. Wild-caught Alaskan cod in pieces for about $5 a pound. Now a fillet, if you buy cod fillet, you're going to pay anywhere from $10 to $13 a pound. But because this is in pieces, it's a lot cheaper. And at 20 grams of protein for 4 ounces, this package, which is about a pound, has 4 servings. And here's a fun recipe for a quick night dinner. Season the fish on both sides with a blend of salt, pepper, garlic powder, paprika, and celery salt. This is my version of Old Bay, I guess. Then pan-sear it 2 to 3 minutes per side, depending on the thickness. Spritz it with lemon and garnish with a grapefruit salsa. Add your favorite veggie side and you've got a delicious summer dinner. Next up, peanuts and peanut butter. 1 ounce of nuts or 2 tablespoons of peanut butter contains about 7 grams of protein. Just make sure to get the type of peanut butter that only has peanuts in it, like dry roasted peanuts. That's all that's in there, nothing else. And you're good to go. And if you worry about this kind of natural peanut butter separating, store it like this. And then when you're ready to use it, like this is ready to go, it will already be mixed up for you. Pro tip. Finally, the most probably controversial food on this list, liver. Grass-fed beef liver. There is about 22 grams of protein in 3 ounces, and it's really cheap. The last time I bought liver at Whole Foods, it was less than $4 a pound. And even if you hate liver, you can probably choke down 3 ounces of it. And this is coming from someone who, I had liver at first as a child, and I despised it. I hated the gamey flavor. The texture was like cardboard. I hated it. And it took me another 50 years before I was willing to even try it again. However, because liver is such a nutritionally dense food, it's got nutrients that are hard to get in other food sources like B12 and iron. That's why I decided to start eating liver again. And yeah, I've figured out how to cook it so that it's tender, and I've come to actually like the flavor. I know, but we don't discriminate here at Free Range Diva. We're all about nutrition with a healthy dose of environmental responsibility. Good nutrition doesn't have to cost a lot of money. I've given you 7 protein sources that are affordable. So that's where I'm going to leave it. If you enjoyed this video, you got something out of it, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment if you have a favorite protein source that's affordable. Yeah, and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me like this. So that's going to wrap it up. Until I see you again in my next video, I'm wishing you a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Take good care of yourselves, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye!